If electricity is taken off from the face of the earth, life will once again get back to its primitive form. We just cannot imagine life without electricity. All industry, all entertainment, in fact, all life will come to a halt. Rapid industrialization all over the world in the last century had created an excessive demand for energy, and generating it by conventional means had resulted in a fast depletion of coal and oil reserves and an adverse impact on the environment. Like most developing countries, India too spends huge sums of foreign exchange to import oil to produce electricity. On the other hand, biomass as a fuel holds a great promise. 320 million tons of crop residue is produced every year. This is equivalent to 250 million tons of coal. It can generate 17,000 megawatts of electricity, and this is renewable energy and reduces the emergence of the greenhouse gases.
GP Gasifier, the energy of new generation,
is a pioneer in the field of manufacturing machinery for the processing, handling and storing of food grains. GPI took up the challenge to produce electricity from the biomass. The process is biomass gasification. In this system, the solid biomass is converted into a gaseous fuel by a thermochemical process. Here, the rice husk is lifted by a bucket elevator. Then, it is fed into a reactor to produce a combustible gas by injecting controlled saturated air. The gas generated is composed mainly of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, hydrocarbons, and nitrogen. It is popularly known as the producer gas, having a calorific value of 1,200 to 1,250 kilocalories per normal cubic meter. This producer gas is passed through a wet scrubber. This cools and cleans the gas. At this stage, a rotary tar extractor removes the tar. Now the gas is led through a dry scrubber to remove all traces of moisture and tar. The GP Gasifier is special because it is a multi-fuel system and can accept any agro waste or wood waste in the same plant. It is a continuous operating system and can run continuously 24 hours a day for at least 300 days in a year. The gas is free of tar and the tar is collected as a byproduct. The plant is sturdy and can last for at least 20 years. It requires low capital investment in the form of plant and machinery. It is designed with great risk for safety and occupational hazards. The plant is totally environment friendly. This producer gas has many applications. Let us visit 2 locations to see the operations. The producer gas can be used to generate power. Now we are at the Harsha Power Projects Private Limited at Siddipet, Andhra Pradesh. It is a decentralized mini power plant, first of its kind in India. It generates 700 kilowatts of power using rice husk. It sells the power through the national grid. Here, the cold and clean producer gas is drawn to the engine room through the pipeline. Gas is introduced to this engine through the air manifold. The engine runs on dual fuel, that is, a little quantity of diesel oil ignites initially in the engine cylinder as a pilot fuel, and this is followed by combustion of gas and air mixture to develop the power. This is how the electricity is generated at a low cost. There are 3 DG sets working in parallel. This is the individual power distribution panel at 415 volts. with protective and metering instruments. And here is the synchronizing panel with various relays, controllers with load sharing monitors to synchronize the output power with the grid. Now we are in front of the Indo-type oil-immersed main step-up transformer to step up the voltage from 415 to 11,000 volts. This is to match the grid. Here we have the transformer HT breaker, HT feeder breaker, 11 kV substation with incoming and outgoing feeders, and high tension trivectors. Through these, the power is ultimately exported to the nearest electricity board substation. This type of decentralized mini power station is highly suitable for rural electrification, especially in the area where grid line is economically unviable, but agro waste or forest waste is locally available. Here, power can be generated uninterruptedly at a low cost and can be distributed locally without any considerable transmission loss. It can ultimately improve the standard of living in the rural area. It can also create opportunity for economic activities at the village level. The producer gas can also be used for the generation of thermal energy. To see that, we are now at the Bijay Lakshmi rice mill, Midnapur, West Bengal. The gas line from the gasification plant has been divided into 3 branch connections. One has gone to this 125 kVA DG set. The existing DG set has been retrofitted to run on dual fuel with producer gas to generate the entire captive power. The power generated has made the grid connection redundant. This is a very small loco-type boiler of half ton per hour capacity required for only parboiling purpose. With the help of a suitable burner, this boiler has been converted for firing with the producer gas. Beside high thermal efficiency, with this modified system, no big chimney or furnace is required, as there is no ash at all. Further, frequent stoppage for ash removal and therefore laborers for this purpose are not required. Finally, here we see producer gas used for the mechanical dryer. Gas is being fired in this refractory lined vessel to get a flue gas at about 1000 degrees centigrade. The stack from boiler at about 200 degrees centigrade is being collected through this pipeline, and the exhaust from the DG set at about 500 degrees centigrade is also made available. Now, the mixture is being diluted by ambient air to achieve the final temperature at 125 degrees centigrade. In this process, the boiler with its accessories can be eliminated to cut down huge investments. Moreover, this air is absolutely clean and particulate free. The energy crisis has become a burning issue all over the world today. For sustainable development, biomass, particularly agro-residue, can play a vital role. GPI provides the technology to convert this agro-waste into clean, economic, and environment-friendly energy. The future belongs to this technology and all those who use it.
GP Gasifier, the energy of new generation.